久しぶりだな、麦わら。
The Marines have kinda sucked as of late due to the recent chapters and them taking L's, plus the power creep is reaching new heights with the likes of the emperors such as Kaido, Luffy and his new mythical devil fruit, and Shanks. Throw in the introduction of Imu, who's supposed to be the final villain of the series, I feel as though people aren't thinking that highly of the Marines any longer in terms of endgame, but I'm here to remind you that Akainu is an absolute demon. With the inclusion of Imu and the Shadow Government, the role of Akainu has been left up in the air in terms of the end game of the series because there is an even greater threat that is above the Marines. But do not count the Red Dog out just yet, as he will end up becoming one of the greatest threats in the series and has the power to rival, if not maybe beat, an Emperor of the Sea. Of course, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click the bell icon to stay notified for more videos like this. But without further ado, let's discuss just how strong the Fleet Admiral Akainu is. Now, due to the result of Marineford War, it was looking like Akainu and Blackbeard were penned to be the final antagonists for Luffy and the Straw Hat Pirates, as these two characters dealt the most grief to Luffy as a character, but also these two were the ones who gained the most during the 2-year time skip. Both have become one of the strongest in their fields, Blackbeard becoming an emperor, while Akainu ended up leading the Marines by becoming the Fleet Admiral. In fact, he is the only character in the series thus far to actually defeat another admiral. Fighting Aokiji, this battle was so fierce that it changed the landscape of Punk Hazard forever, as well as permanently scar Aokiji, leaving him some scars as well as missing a leg. And as a result, Akainu has become the strongest marine in the world, making him stronger than the other admirals, Kizaru, Fujitora, and Green Bull. Each of these characters strong enough to affect an entire island. Oda even went out of his way to solidify Akainu as a monster by stating in an interview that if Akainu was the protagonist, the series would end in a year, even stating that his ability has one of the highest offensive power among all devil fruits, making it up there with the Gura Gurunomi. And his battle on Punk Hazard heavily implies that his devil fruit is awakened as the literal environment changed on that island. Magma is evidently one of the strongest forces in the world, as it's literally stronger than the Flame fruit, as well as evident by King and Kaido's final attacks. Kaido's final magma form was able to burn a piece of Onigashima and was too hot enough for Luffy to even touch, forcing him to use Conqueror's Haki Infusion to take down the King of the Beast. And on paper, due to manipulating magma, he should be able to even destroy the world if he chooses to by manipulating the Earth's core, but I don't know if he has that much potency in his devil fruit abilities. Akainu can manipulate magma at will and could definitely make his flames hotter than even Kaido and King, thus giving Luffy in Sun God Nika form a run for his money despite how powerful that ability is. Now let's dial it back and take a look at Marineford, where he showcased the majority of his abilities, and man, this guy was a hoss. Akainu was hooping. Despite losing, he did end up doing the most damage to Whitebeard by putting 2 holes in his chest and ripping half of his face before being put down for just a short while until he got back and fight the entire Whitebeard commanders plus Crocodile at the same time. He also bested Ace in a one-on-one battle and ended up killing him, and also took out Jinbei and Luffy while they were trying to escape. But what truly makes Akainu a dangerous individual is not only his devil fruit, but actually his cunning mind as well as his willpower. This guy is literally the Terminator of the One Piece world, as he will not stop until his goal has been accomplished. He's been put down many times during the battle in Marineford, even losing to Whitebeard, but ended up still coming back until he got what he wanted. He literally wouldn't stop and would do anything for absolute justice, and that to me is what truly makes Akainu a dangerous individual, because no matter how much you damage him, he will always get back up. A lot of people consider Akainu as this hot-headed brute, when in fact that's not actually the case. He's actually a very intelligent, and cunning man, as he was the one who plotted Squad to betray Whitebeard as well as tricked Ace into stopping and fighting him. It hasn't been confirmed just yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if Akainu had Conqueror's Haki, as he is the leader of the Marines, and Sengoku also had Conqueror's Haki and he also was the fleet admiral. Akainu does have the charisma to have people follow him and believe in his absolute justice. His willpower is tremendous and will do anything to achieve his goals, so I think he does have the qualities of a king. And we know what you could do with Conqueror's Haki, infusing it with your attacks, making them even stronger, but also making contactless damage. He is also pretty proficient with Haki, as alongside Aokiji and Kizaru, they were able to stop Whitebeard's earthquake, and it has been 2 years since, so he's definitely gotten better with it. So you can see with the combination of all of these things that Akainu really is a dangerous individual, and he was able to fight Whitebeard one-on-one despite being sick and old. He was able to do quite a lot of damage. Even after acquiring 2 devil fruits, Blackbeard still decided to run away from Akainu and avoided a fight. And 2 years have passed, so he definitely gotten stronger, and I'm willing to bet powerful enough he can fight an emperor right now, maybe even defeat one. Hell, Kizaru was able to fight Rayleigh for a bit pre-time skip, and Akainu is definitely stronger than him, and even Rayleigh admits he's not strong enough to fight Blackbeard anymore in his old age, so I'm willing to assume that Akainu is also stronger than Rayleigh the Dark King as well. I know that sounds like a bold take, but he is the leader of the Marines and penned to be one of the final antagonists of the series. Sengoku and Garp were considered legendary figures and fighters among the Marines, said to rival that of Whitebeard, Shiki, and Roger, so I don't see why Akainu can't be in the same stratosphere as these legends, if not even stronger, due to his will and ambitions. Unfortunately, Akainu hasn't really done anything as of late. He kind of just sits there in his chair angrily, but when he does show up, he definitely will pop off, and I think he deserves the title of one of the strongest characters in the series. But that's the video. It's been a while since we did a How Strong series. The next one will be about Aokiji, finishing up the original Admiral trio. Hopefully we can even expand our horizons to different series like Pucci from JoJo, Diavolo, maybe even Sinbad from Magi, Yuha Bach, Yamamoto, Ichibe from Bleach, etc. It's really fun to just talk about how strong certain individuals are. It gets my blood pumping. But let me know in the comments what you guys think of Akainu. Where would you put him in your top 20, top 10 characters in One Piece? Do you think he really is one of the strongest characters in the series and really become one of the strongest Marines ever? I would like to know. Besides that, hope you guys have a good day and a good night. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.